The part that you are missing here is the flow. Okay. Spiritual Awakening psychic reading. If you want a personalized psychic reading, they're still on sale at the moment. You go to the link, get them in, same day guarantee recorded. You can also book phone and video chat from 20 quid. Go, go, go. Right, so the part that you're missing here is the flow. So I feel like I'm dealing with a collective where they've probably had like what I'd class as a stage 2 awakening by now. So they get the mechanics of what they're supposed to be doing, but it feels like they keep slipping into this frustrated energy. Okay. As you evolve and grow on your path, you realize that you have to allow some flow in. So, case in point, I was talking about this on my Down the Rabbit Hole the other day. And for me, there's times when I get overly frustrated, the work stops coming through, etc., etc. And something clicked recently where I went, it's, Source has got you back. You've done everything that you've been asked of. They're not going to, it's not going to leave you high and dry. Just go with it, release it, know that whatever it is you're trying to bring into your life, whatever it is you're trying to achieve, it is going to happen. Okay, you are the creator of your own reality. And it feels like with this collective, they're not quite locking that in. And I was talking about, and again, I was talking about this on the live, and I was saying that when something happens, say if you're trying to manifest something, for example, or you're doing some kind of magic, and it kind of gets locked in, what you need to do is go, I manifested that, or my magic worked. But the problem is, because we're dealing with stuff that isn't physical matter, what tends to happen is people go, I might have manifested that, but probably not. It's probably just a coincidence. So they're not locking it in. It's that kind of energy. Right, Ace of Pentacles, Devil, Page of Cups in the reverse, Tower card. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles, right. So what this feels like is this collective, because we've got the nice garden down here, Archway Mountain. This collective is dreaming of wanting to invest in something bigger. The problem is they're still surrounded by devil energy, dark energy. Now, dark energy resides within you. You are made up of light and dark. Okay, you are not just light. Okay, yes, there is dark energy out there in the ether and around us, but from its core point, it's within you. So those fears, those doubts, those worries, those putting yourself down, that is devil energy. Because that devil energy is still knocking about and you're getting frustrated, Page of Cups in the reverse position, you keep stopping yourself from giving yourself a little bit of an opportunity to chase whatever this is that's going to make you happy. Well, the universe, if you don't change this round, is going to drop a Tower card on you. Tower card is a fixed card, and we call it the Awakening card. So I feel like whoever this collective is, you've got quite a big role. Okay, you've got quite a big mission here on planet Earth. And the universe can't allow you to dwell in this energy anymore. Right, so for this collective, I think it's going to happen. I don't think that you're going to pull yourself out of this. So something's going to happen now. Big Tower card moments where you're forced down the rabbit hole. Believe you me, they are not very nice. However, once you come out the side of that, because the best way I can describe it is, it's like having your head rammed with a load of information all at once, and it's complete overload. And it's like you've spent most of your life sat in this darkened room, and then somebody kicks in the door, grabs hold of you, and then shoves you outside into the bright sunlight. And it's like, I can't, it's too much, right? And you hit this overload. However, once you come out of that, and it might take a day, might take a week or whatever, just to resettle yourself, you start to see clearly. You see the clarity of the situation. You start to see who you are. So I do feel like, sadly, that I feel like that is going to happen to this collective. Source needs you in a different position right now, and due to the I'll put this without being insulting, due to the lack of being brave enough to take that next layer off, and a resistance to step into who you're supposed to be, it will have no choice but to drop the tower, basically. Ace of Cups. Right, so I feel like this has something to do with self-love, and I feel like this collective doesn't give themselves enough self-love. And what you're supposed to be abundant. You're supposed to be overflowing with love for yourself, and not in an arrogant, vain way. Self-love is about acceptance, right? Seven of Pentacles in the reverse position, Four of Wands in the reverse position, Knight of Pentacles, right? And that I'm going to bring that up because it came out before, and I'm not sure where we're going with that. Two of Cups in the reverse, right? So Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, right? So the aim of the game, let's keep that one slightly separate, is to have your emotional cup of joy, abundance, love for yourself, love for things around you overflowing. The problem is things have gone off course, and Four of Wands in the reverse position. That 11-11, that goal, that dream. I was going to say is going off course, but I feel like you're still holding on to some idea. And I'm not saying that you're doing this on purpose, but you're holding on to some kind of idea of what it is that you want, okay? Because I feel like those hopes, dreams, and aspirations, they're still too 3D based. And it's because there's a lack of acceptance in regard to who you are at a soul level. Knight of Pentacles, it feels like this is saying you're supposed to be pushing forward regardless, okay? Because knights don't have the knowledge or experience the kings and the queens are not expected to. Two of Cups in the reverse, it could indicate fallout and friction within the divine connection. But what I want to say here is that your masculine and feminine energies are out of balance, okay? And to truly alchemize, to truly step into that aware consciousness, Krishna consciousness, you have to hit duality. There's no way about it. Okay. The light bearer within you is screaming to be let out, okay? But you're holding it, you're caging it, okay? And it's because of this 3D mindset of saying, I can't, okay? Start slipping into delusion and saying, I can, okay? Allow the flow of confidence. Allow the flow of belief. Allow the flow of knowing who you are. Because I think this collective has a bit of an idea of who they are. You know, when you start considering, am I a starseed? Am I a chosen one? The human part of you keeps pulling it back and going, no, because that's arrogant and vain. Why would I have some great mission? Why would I be here to change? And it's often the people who struggle to accept themselves for fear of being arrogant that has the bigger role, because the idea is that you go forwards having faced some of the worst trauma, and you'll go forwards without that arrogance. And I've known plenty people who would be great healers, great readers, great light workers, but despite them going through a certain amount of trauma and challenges, that has just fueled their ego. And they have failed that attempt at that point because their ego's got in the way. And they've gone, do you know what? I am strong. Look at me. Aren't I great? Aren't I fantastic? Aren't I the best at this? Right? I've got no worries or doubts that will happen to this collective because, ironically, like I say, it's this fear of doing that, of getting into that energy, that's holding them back. If you have a fear of being a narcissist, well, you ain't a narcissist, are you? Okay? Six of Pentacles, you're being asked to bring in some kind of balance. I feel like there's something to do with earth energy here, so ground yourself, okay? Allow some more flow. Stop going at it. And because it feels like this collective, it's almost like they're like, I've got to be further on. I've got to be further on. I'm not further on. That means I'm a failure. I'm no good. Blah, 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 blah. And they keep taking themselves back. Allow that flow. I'm getting that word chi. Chi flow. I don't know a lot about chi, so go and research it yourself, you lazy twat. Yeah, go and look it up, all right? Going to go a little bit longer. Nine of Wands in the reverse, right? So this collective, they need to be in this. They need to be reflecting back on how strong they are, not putting themselves down and feeling defeated, right? Five of Pentacles in the reverse position, feeling left out in the cold, right? It's okay to go and ask for help. It's okay to talk to people about what's going off. That will then allow the Wheel of Fortune in to allow the abundance and flow back in. But allow things to flow. Personal readings link top of the profile on any of my socials. Get them in, we'll get you sorted. Ta-ta.